Now, I was talking to you about ManGai the other day,
Yes, you were.
and nobody has picked up on this.
Picked up on that it's a man and a guy.
ManGai. Yeah, I was actually looking for a
A double
name that had
masculine.
the feel of E-Man.
He-man. Man guy. Oh, that's close.
Now, why
That's
do I
really
spell
funny.
guy with G-A-I? Do you know?
Why do you know? Because, I don't know. Because you want to be more.
Because I was reflecting on cartoons that I watched as a child, and Guy King was a major influence.
And is that how you spell guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
that's
Japanese.
really cool.
What is ManGai Yoshokan? When three kids go to investigate a local castle, they find themselves in the middle of a demonic battle where a fallen angel seeks impossible redemption over an undeserved life. In the course of searching his lair, these kids find amazing powers to help stop the demons from destroying humanity.
So, virtually everything we've done in the past has gone through your eyes and your approval, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
every business step has been yours.
Right.
But you've struggled with
Ours.
ManGai a little bit
Mhm.
because with ManGai, I'm going for a funding goal
Yeah.
of 1.3 million plus a dollar.
I can't even.
Folks, this is what my business model looks like. Tell me why that sounds crazy to you. 'Cause-
Okay. Number one,
Yes.
it sounds crazy because you're putting up a funding goal with that. To me, that is just sort of hitting the. It's kind of going over the top. I could see $1,000 for us.
So the
because
problem
we are
isn't
very
plus a dollar.
small.
The problem is not plus a dollar.
It's not plus the dollar.
What's the problem?
The problem is you're going for $1 million.
No, I'm going for 1.3 million. Do you know why I want 100,
I
1.3
believe it
million
has
plus a
something to
dollar?
do with another independent comic artist who has some professional, background.
Stop. Stop right now. No.
You want this?
I am talking about Ethan Van Sciver.
Right. So he's an independent comic book artist, isn't he?
Ethan Van Sciver is an independent crowdfunding legend.
Okay.
And the
Sorry.
reason I'm going for 1.3 million,
is because he did it.
I'm not sure what his actual number is. It's hard to say. He's made millions. But I'm most remember hearing he made 1.3 million on a cyber fraud.
So why
Crowdfunding.
do you have to put that out there?
Because I look for signs in life. I'm autistic. Call it whatever you will. Call it spiritual. I don't care what you call it. But I've had some bumps in the road with Ethan, to the point where I was involved with the weird CG thing going on with other people and whatnot.
Mm,
He showed a lot of kindness to me. The only thing I didn't like was he said I was very autistic.
you are.
Chris Tomulovich, highly autistic. I didn't know that. I was like, I didn't realize he was like, he is like fully like, he's, you know, I'm not going to sue him. I feel bad for him. And
well, now I feel bad too. I didn't know.
Yeah, when it comes to autism, that's like a soft spot in my heart. So I'm going to let him go.
That was weird though, because I hate when I realize how autistic I can be.
You're really, yeah, you can fit in though. I mean, you're not.
I got the sense
You're
that,
just very
and I mean this in no bad way, but I felt dismissed. I felt like, yeah, he's an autistic guy who makes weird comics on the side.
Yeah.
And I was, instead of offended or even hurt, I was inspired by that. So I look and I'm like, one of the kings of crowdfunding just called me very autistic. And
hurt.
no, not hurt. I feel like it's my duty now to aim high. Okay, so if I want Ethan, oh yeah, but this is different because previously we've asked for $500 every single campaign.
Yeah.
And to me, that's amazingly high. I'm like, if I can get $500 off a book, that's amazing. But if I'm serious, and I respect Ethan Van Sciver as a crowdfunding comic book independent creator who has experience with Marvel and Disney, or not Disney, I'm sorry, DC.
Yeah.
I want to go there. I want to go 1.3 million plus a dollar.
You know that people are going to call you crazy.
They already do.
People are going to say you're being stupid and not.
Some will. My friends already have. So why am I insisting?
Because you're stubborn?
No.
Because
This is 2023.
Yes, I know.
Do you know when Hero Shack was created?
In 2019.
18.
18? Really?
The Facebook page was created in 2018.
Oh, yes, it was.
That means this is actually year number 5.
This should
My
be
wife has told me several dozen times, it takes 5 years to get the business
done. It does take 5 years to get the business done.
So I'm looking at it and saying, we got catch-up work. Just asking for 1.3 million plus a dollar.
Why the
sounds
dollar?
Outrageous.
Why the dollar?
Because I'm not just gonna try to match them. I want to go one step higher than what my mind says is the peak. I want to go beyond. I don't want to just put a satellite in orbit. I want to go to the moon. So what happens when we don't make it? Because let's be realistic. I'm not a fool. The odds of us making $1.3 million in 60 days on an Indiegogo campaign, next to none. Right. So what happens when we fail?
Well, hopefully it's going to be a flex goal, so we'll still be successful.
Exactly. It's
that's
Japanese.
Really cool.
That was weird. It just tried to log into our stream to share it could hear it. Hang on, give me a second here. All right, how am I now? Can you hear me? You're muted. Still muted.
I know. Yes, I can hear you fine. Good. Except in your description, you wrote 13-page except from ManGai Yoshokan. I think you meant to write
excerpt. It's supposed to be excerpt.
Yeah.
Let me go fix that.
Because
like a good typo.
Yeah. I just was reading it and I'm like,
Maybe that's why nobody's here.
Something.
No, honestly, this is like we're dropping a quick one in.
Yes, we are.
It's just going to be a quick read of the preview available to all early signups. And,
that's right.
that's only going for what?
Another
Another
day.
24 hours or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. So that's why we're doing it.
Yeah. And this will give us something to run on our pre-show. Now, to our friends in comic book land, if you want to be part of the sizzle reel previews on Wednesday nights, start sharing those sizzle reels, because I'm going to be loading them up, and I need things to put in between ManGai commercials so it doesn't look like one straight ManGai commercial.
You're so funny.
Well, I'm not going to, not promote our stuff. I'm going to promote it hardcore.
Of course, we should.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so how are we going to read this? We didn't really talk about it because...
Well, you could read it if you like, because you do this every weekend, or I can assist you.
Okay.
But I'm going to show it, and I can maintain page rotation, and if you want me to read, I can. If not,
I
I actually enjoy it when you read it. It's kind of cute.
Oh, great. Okay, so I guess I will read it then.
Do you want to read the header here?
Where I'm looking.
I'll read it. It says H Shack Comics, Tamulevich, which is both our last names.
Yeah.
ManGai Yoshokan, with the trademark symbol.
Yes, I see this.
And this is most likely going to be the cover of the Heart issue. But it could change. I may paint something a little bit more dramatic. I don't know yet. So let's go to page 1, which is not a blank page. That's the inside cover. All right. If you want to read, we're at Miller's Castle.
Okay, let's do it. So, Miller Castle is an abandoned estate of 19th century glory, but below the grounds lies the lair I call my home. Time becomes meaningless when one is imprisoned forever. We told ourselves we were acting for the good of all creation. We thought we would be gods. We were terribly mistaken on both counts. Lucifer is always promising victory, but he's never delivered. The Almighty is always almighty. I should have never trusted him, but he was so convincing. The Almighty allowed the battle so everyone could see who would actually side with Lucifer. We all expected mercy and grace, as this is his custom. But instead, we got what we deserved, condemnation. The cauldron is igniting. It's about to begin. Thank you for joining me this day. The time is coming, and unless you're willing to accept the doom offered by the Almighty, hail Lucifer, hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Lucifer, hail Satan. You will join me in this ending the insanity of mankind. Sorry. We have played along with his narrative, yet he still seeks to end us. We must show him we are the worthy. Mankind must perish under the weight of this fact. He's still obsessed with mankind. We have worked for thousands of years to reach this chapter of this creation.
You read that out of order, but I was going to let it slide.
I know I did. I realized that. It's interesting because when I'm reading it on my computer, I have to scroll, because it doesn't fit the whole thing.
Right. It doesn't fit the page on your iPad properly, right?
So do you want me to? Yes, exactly.
So there you go. We're on the next page.
Yes, I know. Okay. Lucifer, is it not madness to do the same thing over and over? This is what we've been doing since we were cast here. Bryce the Bold, what is troubling you? Should we not try to earn his mercy for a change? He values repentance. Have we not tried for thousands of years? There's no forgiveness for us, Bryce. Perhaps a delegation of us. We've tried that. Maybe a written apology. He will not hear our voices. He will not read our writings. We have exhausted every opportunity only to receive his stone cold silence. There is no way we survive into the next creation. Our time is up if we do nothing. Perhaps our time should be up. I hold my tongue and go back to listening as others speak. Most of it is Luciferian bravado and bad ideas. Unleash the viruses, asteroid collision, nuclear winter. Killing people isn't hard, but killing them all is a lofty goal. They linger. Poisoning, Tide Pods, alien invasion, defective seatbelts. Naturally, these guys are setting themselves up to fail, as it is the way of fallen angels. Mob murder, dehydration, zombie outbreaks, self mutilation, lizard people. Flood the earth with their blood, my brethren. But the rebel in me is whispering that it might be time to turn heel against creation's most infamous gang of traitors. How long before the Almighty ends it? My best estimate is about 36,500 days, so about a century. Yes, give or take a decade. But that leaves us so little time. Indeed. Again, I hold my tongue and listen. After several minutes of praise and glory to the cause, the meeting finally ends. I feel defeated. We are headed to certain destruction. I can't pretend and play along any longer. We all know the prophecies, yet we are following Lucifer to follow them. We are allowing, sorry, we all know the prophecies, yet we are allowing Lucifer to follow them beat for beat. I'm going to have to dance to the beat of a different drummer. Lucifer wants us to pull out our big guns. He wants our A game. But if I break out my greatest tricks, I'm not wasting it on his campaign. Come on now, get in there. I am lucky this one uses screws. Glue never looks the same after you crack it open. It took 2 hours longer than I thought, but I think he's finally finished. Vinny's going to be so excited. I better hit the sack before Mom. Kyle, why aren't you in bed? Tomorrow is the last day of school. Sorry, Mom, I was fixing Vinny's skull bot. I'm super proud, Kyle, but I want all lights out. Am I clear?
You read it backwards again.
I did. I'm like, oh my God, I read it backwards again.
It's because the page is not, you're not seeing it right.
Nope. Okay, sorry. I don't want any attitude in the morning, young man. I'll be too happy to have attitude. I'm super proud, Kyle, but I want all lights out. Am I clear? Oh, wait. See? I wonder if I bring this to my bigger thing.
Yeah, it would probably work better on your bigger screen.
That's what I'm going to do. So hold on.
But you know what's funny? You're on the 12th of 13 pages, so we can just go with it, babe.
Oh, are you sure? Because I just kind of did it now.
Well, let's just go to I'll be too happy to have attitude.
I'll be too happy to have attitude. Mom, look, he lights up again. I'm super proud, Kyle, but I want all lights out. Am I clear? Yes, ma'am. Sigma City Middle School, about 800 students strong in the center of the boonies. At least that's how Dad frames it, but it's just home to me. I was born in Boston, but I don't remember it. We moved out here when I was 2. I know most of the kids here, at least by sight, so maybe we are in a small town. But I love it. This year was amazing, and next year could only be better. Do you want me to read the ManGai Yoshokan stuff? I don't have to read that.
You just did. Issue Heart by Chris Tamulevich, edited by Diana Tamulevich.
ManGai Yoshokan, Issue Heart by Chris Tamulevich, edited by Diana Tamulevich. Copyright 2023, Hiroshima Press, all rights reserved. Then we go on to this page, which is ManGai Yoshokan. Next issue, The Trust Begins Its Flux.
Yeah.
We did it.
We have a lot of demonic clowns and some hags.
Yes,
and
we do.
Vampire.
Hello, Eric. Hello, Timothy. Welcome.
Hi, guys. We're just popping in, doing a quick little read. We have a, I guess you could call it a consultation in about an hour. So we were like, we have to do this up. I think I did. Is that what that was tonight, Tim?
I saw it.
It looked like Melvin with wings that was actually mountainsides.
Conan. He wants to imitate Conan, he said. On his write-up.
Well, it looked good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we wanted to come in and do a quick read.
Yep.
I'll be editing that down and adding that to our pre-show. So we need more sizzle reels. If you guys have anything you want to promote, let us know. If you got friends.
We've got one for Tim already, right? I don't know.
We've got an old one. We need a new one for the new campaign coming on Fund My Comic.
The one that's coming up, right?
Yeah.
So Tim, you should do that.
And I don't know, Rick can probably recycle his. He's got one.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, basically we're just getting ready for this this behind the scenes suggestion meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I just know they're not going to like the total, the funding
Well.
total.
Then it won't be a surprise when they say something.
Hey, the light looks good on you tonight. You have like a red glow to your face. Is it showing up on your camera on your end?
I didn't notice it. It's probably because I'm freezing.
You're freezing.
Mm.
I'm exhausted, but I will make it. It was a very long day.
Yes, it was.
Well worth it though. Made it through the day just fine.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really not much else to say. We could end the stream. I feel bad because our buddies are here though.
Do they want to come in and chat for a little bit?
I don't know. Do you want to stay up and chat for? Well, we got to stay up anyways.
I'm here, so.
Yeah, you're here. Do you want to share the link or shall I? Look
You
at
can
she's like,
share it.
I don't think I can.
I'm like, wait, you put me on the spot. So we're going to put the link out there if you want to pop in and hang out with us for a little bit, maybe ask us some questions on what we read or talk about a project you have going on, Tim. That's fine. Not, and Eric, if not, that's fine too. You can hang out because I'm sure this is not a usual night that we stream. So I think other people probably have a lot going on.
Well, Diana's trying to get me in the habit of streaming more often, as in weekly, while we do this whole, or not weekly, daily, as we do this whole campaign.
Right.
And she knows if she gets me to do it for a week or two, I'll be stuck, and then she'll have to fight me at the end of the campaign to stop.
Right.
But once she gets me motivated, it's all on.
Yeah, that's true too. That's
Hello.
True. Hey, Tim.
You pulled you pulled my leg. Okay, I'm here to talk about whatever I'm being worked on. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
How about
it? You twisted my arm. That's what you meant.
I twisted your arm. Well,
yeah.
Well, really, man, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be pushing ManGai hard, so it's going to be important to have a lot of other campaigns around, so I'm not, boring the heck out of people or overloading it.
Right.
I really think that's a real advantage of promoting other people, because then I can have a pre-show with 4 or 5 ManGai commercials, but it's not all ManGai.
Exactly.
And if I benefit somebody else, that's great.
Right.
Still waiting for the spinoff, dude, bro.
Dude, bro. Hey,
It's
you never know when
bro,
someone named Dude Bro might show up.
What?
Diana's seen the cast of characters coming. They're weird.
So the cover you saw was for Melvin Zero, which is kind of it kind of takes place after the first story arc, but then it kind of does the big part of the story in the middle will be like a flashback to how he became a mercenary. Kind of like another piece of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm. That's good though. That sounds fun.
They become
All right. No worries, Eric.
Job application.
No.
There's no job application to become a mercenary.
Imagine where mercenaries are basically owned property, and they can't run away, or else they can just blow them up anywhere they run to. They got like a little bomb implanted into them, so if they disappear, they don't report in. Click, boom, they're gone.
That's one way to keep your turnover low.
I know, right?
Yeah. So that's the idea I had for that.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the movie, my favorite movie, Gladiator, when I kind of came up with the idea. It's like, wow, what if there was like a universe where you're like a different because they're basically athletes, but they're owned, and they're made to basically fight and kill each other in the ring. But those were the rock stars and the athletes of the day, but they didn't really have freedom to do whatever. Like athletes do now, where they can go to like their big mansion or something, and or they can retire after playing the sport. And in many cases, gladiators had to some people had to choose to be a gladiator because they had debts to pay off. But once you're a gladiator, you're pretty much property.
Yeah, that's one of those hard to get out of industries.
Yeah,
or was. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
unless
they
you died.
They
if
did.
You died,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you died, you're out real quick.
Oh, you actually could earn your freedom though too. But
yeah.
You had to. But there was a slave battle. I mean, slave rebellion for 2 years where the Spartacus thing really did happen.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who rode with Spartacus was pretty much crucified all the way up to the gates of Rome. Now, Spartacus's body was never found, and there really was a Crixus, but he was beheaded. He got nowhere near Rome. But
They were like the CIA in Rome.
No. There were two gladiators who got tired of being gladiators and basically started a rebellion.
Dun, 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 dun. Is Melvin part of that rebellion?
No, because
I didn't know if there was going to be a weird Roman time.
no, hold on, I gotta plug in. No, I'm just telling you where I got the idea. I was
Gotcha.
watching the movie Gladiator, and that's where I kind of came up with the idea. You fool! Hold on, I gotta plug in my laptop.
Oh, I got to wake up. I
Oh
have
my
another
goodness.
hour at least.
Yeah. Well, do you think you could reach out to them?
No,
See?
I'm nervous enough. I'll reach out to him about 10:20.
All right. All right. So, anyways, Tim, it sounds like it's pretty interesting. So, Melvin number 0? You called him. Did he step away for a minute? You did, didn't he?
Yeah, he said he was done talking to you.
Okay. What's
No,
on that
he didn't. He didn't.
I do have this racket.
He had to plug in his laptop.
Oh my God. I missed that.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about laptops; they don't stay charged.
Yeah, I know. It's stinky, isn't it?
So anyway, that was just my idea. I was thinking like it would be like there'd be after the 5th issue of Melvin, I'd do one where they have to kind of switch industries. I don't really have the details for that story. Let's just say something Gideon, which is Melvin's master, said years ago kind of caught up with them, and the person that he insulted was also knew the person who could basically revoke licenses for owning and training mercenaries.
Yeah.
And so he had to find another industry. So he ends up switching to training and deploying hitmen. So Melvin becomes a hitman. So on the way to kill somebody who hadn't paid child support, and the ex-wife shelled out a lot of money just to have him done away with.
Right.
Melvin goes to a bar, and this woman starts bothering him, so he ends up telling her the story of how he became a mercenary. And then that's just kind of the gist of what I have.
That's cool though. I mean, you have like a, oh God, my dog.
An outline?
An outline, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm kind of touching up the script and having pages worked on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you have to do. I'm in the critiquing process, so I have peers and my professor critiquing what I've written for school.
Have they crushed your spirit yet?
No, not at all.
Apparently, that's how you critique. Is you don't really you don't show people what they've done right. You have to crush their spirit and kind of make them feel.
No, that's not how it's done. Not.
At least that's not how they teach it in her college class.
No,
well, that's not how they do it.
There's no way. You always lead with something good. You have to find something,
right.
In the actual.
Something like the laptop upon which I read your submission on is quite quality and very nice.
What are you talking about?
Something positive.
Oh my God.
The pixels of your font were quite pleasant to my eyes.
This guy here. This guy.
No, I hate giving critiques. It's hard for me because I don't like hurting people's feelings, and yet if you're not honest with people, you're really not doing any favors either. So it's like a catch-22.
Well, that's why you got it. Okay, you did this right, but where you kind of fail at is this. And this, and this. But of course, according to these, I call them art snobs or writer snobs.
Yeah,
they totally have to destroy people. It's almost like a mean chick kind of thing. They have to destroy people's, they have to really shit on it. Well, for lack of a better word.
That's not necessarily how it should be done. If you consider yourself or you're striving to be a professional writer or, you know, somebody who wants to edit as an editor or whatever, I mean, it's tough doing that because you don't want to make the author feel like an idiot, but you don't want to not be honest. So it's really on how you articulate and the words that you use. For instance, like I was editing one of my peers' paper, and there were so the sentence structures, and there's misspelled words, and there's like so many things that it was hard to read the content because the grammar and the whole way there was no organization to the paper.
You were getting caught in all the technical writing aspect of it.
Well, I couldn't get to the story because unfortunately this poor person started with one thing and then added something different and went back to the point they were making in her story. It was a hot mess. I didn't know who was coming or going. And so, you know, I always give an A for effort, and I told them that this is what I think. I think the overall idea is amazing. It was a really good idea. It's just you need to tighten up your storyline. You need to fix your typos. You need to they ended up, I don't even, how would you do this? Why would you, they put their works cited page, because it's a creative nonfiction class is what I'm doing. So we have to base it in some fact, but we have to be creative about but keeping true to the fact. So they took their works cited page and ended up putting it in the middle of their essay. So you're reading along and all of a sudden it's works cited and you're like, oh, this is weird. It just kind of ended like that. And then you go past the works cited page and there's a whole other 3 pages explaining the story. So things like that, you know.
Creative writing, huh?
It's creative nonfiction.
Yeah, I mean, that was creative.
How can something be creative and nonfiction at the same time? It's nonfiction. It's basically here's some stuff. This is what happened.
Nope, it's creative nonfiction. So did you guys do you guys know of the James Frey?
No, I don't.
Oh, you mean historical fiction, where it's fictional, but it's based on some historical event.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So, do you guys know James Frey, the book? What is it called? A Million Little Pieces. Have you ever heard?
No,
it's a memoir. It was a memoir that he wrote. Okay, that's supposed to be a nonfiction. So nonfiction obviously is true. But he lied about the whole thing, and so it's because right now we're looking at ethics. And I was like, how do you do that? Eric said, I'm not pointing out anyone, but a few years ago, I bought a couple of comics of an indie comic that looked pretty good. The story and editing suffered from lack of cohesion. He was disappointed. So, Eric, let me ask you, did you let... That was good, but I also want a halfway decent story. If someone had given input, the comic would have been done really well. So, Chris, why would you put that out there? I hope it wasn't ours.
Because I know that we had some books in the beginning that were kind of...
My Lord. So this is what I was going to say to Eric. I was going to say, did you contact the creator? Did you give the creator any feedback? Because oftentimes, and this is where Chris and I sit, if you don't let us know that our story is, you know, kind of what Eric is saying, like it was good, and you know, we're never going to grow from that. Like, we're never going to grow. You know, we're never going to know. We've been told there people have liked them and have enjoyed them. RJ has said he's read them and he's really enjoyed them. But again, you know, here we have an indie creator, and we're all, you know, all of us indie creators are wanting to like up the ante and to get our books out there. But if we keep making crappy books or books that are like,
well, if we don't improve, there's no place to go with it.
What I'm saying, I guess I'm encouraging, like Eric brought this to the chat, so I'm encouraging, you know, maybe in the future he could shoot that that creator a quick, hey, I was kind of disappointed, the art was pretty good, but I felt the story was lacking, I just want to be honest with you. No offense. I'm not trying to be mean, but we write stories so people read them. So if we're writing stories and people aren't reading them because they suck, excuse my language, then somebody needs to say something. So if Chris is writing,
Hey. Ditch the sailor talk, lady.
I know, I'm so sorry. I said the S word, didn't I?
Oh, shame on you.
Long day.
You
I'm
killed
really
so many
sorry.
baby angels with that.
I'm telling you, it's a terrible thing. But
You
you
know,
guys know what I'm saying, right? I'm not trying to be an idiot. I'm just
No,
saying
but
that.
that's the exact reason why I put that up there, because I was like, I really hope it wasn't ours, but a lot of times, especially when you're selling small amounts of books, it takes a lot of books to get just a little response. A very small percentage will actually reach out and say stuff. So it's
Well,
like
it's hard to do as well,
I
Eric.
got
It's
the best I guess I got the best evaluation of my work. A coworker, I gave her some Melvin 1 and 2,
yeah.
and her 15-year-old kid took them and won't give them back.
He really liked them.
Yes,
Okay.
he likes the idea.
Right.
So they're somewhere in his room, I guess, and I guess I'm connecting with today's youth.
it's always cool. I remember there was one kid at Manchester, and he came up. He was actually a young man, but he came up and he was nonverbal, and his mom ordered a couple of Cyclopean books, and come to find out the year before we had given him a prize at the prize wheel that was like a Cyclopean character page, and it was still up on his wall, and he was looking and waiting to find us, and when he did, he came right over and got his Cyclopean books, and I was like, that's what makes me want to continue with Cyclopean is moments like that.
Yep. He was like, oh my God. So we, as small time indie creators, to have
Thank you, Eric.
fan come up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, to have a fan come up from another con that had seen us and want to buy the second one, it was really good. But Eric did say, I have seen bits of Melvin, really like the art and concept. He's just a little short of cash at the moment. And it is, your book, the first one that I read was really good. Hey, Mighty Geek Studios.
Oh yeah,
welcome.
I mean it was. I would still say it was probably a little rough since it was my first one.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were really it was kind of a run and gun operation. We were doing things as we were going, and that's why when I did Melvin 2, I wanted it to be better than the first one, and I wanted 3 to be better than 2, and I want 4 to be better than 3. And
well, I think
That's the fever that you want.
But to be able to self-reflect and look at the very first book you've written, you're like, yeah, I probably could have. I know I could have done better than that. I need to make another book. That's the whole. For me, that's the whole creating. What's that?
The tough part is when you make a book, right? And you love it. You're out there selling the heck out of it. You're telling people how proud you are and everything. And then you look back a year later and you're producing something that you're in love with. And you look back and you go, oh, that's how I felt about that one. But now I only like that one. I don't love it like I love this one anymore.
I remember telling people I want, Melvin #1 was Bleach. I want the next issue to be Nevermind.
Right.
If you get the reference.
Right. And so that's where we are with
Bleach the anime.
What's that?
Nirvana's first album was called Bleach, and it wasn't a commercial success. It was
now I got success. You. Yes.
And then when Nevermind came out, it totally blew that one out of the water. Yeah.
Yep. The second you said Nirvana, it made sense.
Yeah. In fact, no one had ever heard of Bleach, so when they got Nevermind, everyone went back and got that album. Okay, continue.
Made that one a hit.
Yeah.
And that's the hope in keeping all these other comics alive, right? We have all these back issues. It's like hopefully someday you make it with one and they all come on live.
Well, Terry made a good point. That most fans fall in love with the art first of a comic and then read the story, because most comic book readers are very visual people. Eric's asked, are all of you doing your own editing? Mr. Muck comic story had to work with an editor. I was resistant at first to some changes offered, but realized the input was good. Oh, you put it up there.
Oh, A guy like me needs an editor. That's a must.
Mhm.
That is a must.
I have one built in. Um, and like she's particularly good with me because I can take changing or changes from her a lot easier than I could, anyone else. Just
And
it's
there's some
just
changes he just refuses. But I am
well,
not a
like
professional editor either, and I had never read comics prior to working with your comic. So for me, it's been a learning curve, for sure. But I think that every indie creator should have an editor. And at some point, we may hire an editor to come in and start looking at Chris's works, and I'll just step down. But with that being said, it's almost like the editor will have to work with me, and I have to pass the information on to Chris because Chris won't take it from anybody else. He just won't.
no, I
He'll
do. It's
fire
just
them.
no, I'm not that bad.
All
But
right.
I do get a lot of anxiety, like if someone cuts too deep into the plot or into a story or into a part of the story that I think is essential for the character.
Mhm.
And Diana's seen this in me. I will just fight for what I think matters. Of course, I've gotten a lot better, particularly with the wording suggestions, and sometimes I get very fortunate and I will self edit before she even gets there. Or
Mhm.
like with the summary that's on the coming up on the Indiegogo page, I gave her a short version and a long version.
Yep.
And she was in the middle of editing the long one after doing the short one. And I came up with what's up there now. Essentially, what's up there now is basically something that came out in 10 minutes in the morning, just blah, 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 blah. And it was a much better blurb
Yep.
than all the writing I had done the day before. Diana's like, I'm almost done editing it. You can't be serious. And I'm like, yeah, I have a third version.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah. You did incorporate some of the suggestions that I did, so it
Yes,
was sort of
yes.
a mutual like when so I work with kids, right? And my students, I tell them, all right, you're going to first do your sloppy copy. You need to write something sloppy copy. I don't care if there's misspellings or whatever. Get your ideas on, like, vomit on the paper. Let's do it. I want your ideas, and then we can refine it. So a lot of times when I write, I don't know about you, Tim, but when I write my stories, I just sit at my laptop and I just write. I have a general idea and I just start writing. Then
Yeah.
I'll step away and I'll read it. I'm like, what the flippity flip was I thinking? Dear God. Okay.
Oh, that's what I do.
That's
What I do is I basically just write all my. I'm getting the first draft is just me getting all my ideas out of my head.
Yes, exactly. I call it my sloppy copy, my vomit copy. This is what I'm going to just sit there and I'm just spit this idea out. I don't care until my fingers get tired, until my brain stops working. And then I step away and then I start taking pieces of what I've sort of spit out from the one idea I had, and and go with that. That's how I came up with Ingrid, my character, and the story.
Oh, I finish it. I just type it up and I finish it as is, and then I hand it to the editor, and they come back and they kind of say this is what they changed. Say this better. We'll have little notes on the side, and I'll just go by
Right.
the notes and just go okay, change,
Yep.
change. You know.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm pretty easy to work with.
Well, I'm sure you are. Chris isn't. I mean, poor Chris. He's not awful to work with, but he's very focused. So, like, for instance, when I have to do my Sunday morning reading, it's not like I take the PDF or whatever he's sharing with me into another room and I sit quietly with a cup of coffee and read through it. Oh, no, no, no. I'm at the kitchen table with my husband staring at me like a little child looking at me.
Is it done yet? Is it done yet?
Okay. So wait, that sounded
Not
stupid.
even close, though.
He takes the iPad out of my hand and edits at the moment. Wait, read that again. That's not what I wrote. Yes, honey, that is what you wrote.
I think it's best that you should go into another room and lock the door, and not come
Right.
out till it's edited.
No, it would kill him. It would kill him. He needs to be part of the whole. He'll
Well,
stand
no,
up-
actually, be honest. It would kill you too, because Diana is a closet theatrical actress. She read tonight because she loves reading. So when
I didn't
she's
even read that
complaining,
well. I didn't do
no,
my
I know,
reading like I normally do. I was just tired. I'm
but
sorry.
in the mornings when she gets that copy, there's nobody happier sitting there going, Oh, I will destroy you, evil one. And she does all
I
these
do.
voices.
I come up with all these voices like for like Lucifer. Hello, and I'll do so. Chris just laughs at me.
They
But I get
change
into
on the
it.
spot, you know, like she's instantly trying to do Mel Blanc, and it's so cute because she gets into it and she'll miss a bubble like she did when she was reading there, and she'll get so upset and have to go back and reread. And I think she would miss that if she didn't have that audience in me to sit there and laugh and oh my gosh, and it's fun. It's a very marriage enhancing experience for me.
You know what you gotta do? Okay, so Diana should go to the other room and lock the door. And Chris, you need to go out for the day.
No,
Just
I'd
go
have
out.
to watch on a Zoom. I'd have to zoom in on that. I'd have
you
to
would,
be there.
and he'd be going. Can you read that again? Can you read that
So-
again?
Well, sometimes she'll have a read mistake, and I will actually know the wording well enough in my head that I'll say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Did that actually say that, or did you read it wrong?" Because I know what it should say, and I'm like, "Oh, if that doesn't say the right thing, we got to fix that," you know.
So, guys,
Well, see,
in the
what I'm thinking is you go out for the day and it's out of sight, out of mind. And when you come back, it's edited for you.
nope, that's not how he rolls. So,
Dang it.
Eric, did you see what I posted for Eric? He
Um,
said, like some woman I used to know, I'm not that easy to work with. That is sorry, problem.
Uh-oh.
And then Terry,
and yes, I do agree with Terry about the ManGai poster.
yes, Terry, oh, I sent you a link to a story I wrote. Oh, cool! I'll check it out, Terry. Thank you. That will be fun. I'm over here choking on water. I'm fine though.
And yes, I do plan on having a Melvin 3 trailer made.
Yay!
I just have
I
to
gotta
just
start.
have to get the funds together. That's all.
I know the only thing we've got going that's really new right now is coming out of Philbo Entertainment, and we've got
Gaming.
Eric's trailer. Eric, help me with the last name, babe. Oh, Eric with Eric and Eric. Gosh, you guys are gonna make me look it up. You know who I mean?
You know what I mean, Butterbean?
You don't. Hang on, I'm gonna look it up then,
You're gonna make him cry.
because he's a good artist. His stuff is really cool.
It's Eric Nanatowski. I'm choking. I'm trying to respond to you. It's Eric Nanatowski. I drank the water wrong.
You're still choking on it?
Yes.
Well, stop doing
Yeah,
that.
Shadow Century Origins, I think, is his project. Let me click the link and see if
Yes,
that
that
works.
is his
Yep.
project. Oh my God. I'm over here and I'm trying to say his last name in between the coughing, and I had the darn thing on mute because I was coughing. I didn't want you guys to like, what is she doing? She's
You know what
like,
the best thing I like about the Melvin Zero cover is? The
What's that?
the candle holders. They're made out of like the one on the right's made out of like bone and organs, and the other one's made out of on the left is made out of different weapons.
right?
It's totally metal.
Yeah. It is cool.
So do you have a new artist on it, or is it the same guys?
It's Rob Ewing. He did one of the covers for Melvin #1,
Right.
and he also drew the 5-page backup story for Melvin 2, which is Zed and Odysseus.
So who's the artist for the Melvin #3? Eric asked.
Oh, that would be Sid Tellis. Telis. I'm sure I'm saying it right. Sid's the artist from Brazil.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the name doesn't, but there's so many talented artists that it's crazy.
Sid's the guy that helped finish the Melvin 2. He's the one that did the rest of the pages. He's the guy that swooped in and saved the project. Besides Andy.
Yeah, because the other person couldn't finish it or something of that nature.
There were issues, but
All right.
that's all been resolved.
Okay. Oof. I think I'm feeling better now. I think I can make it through the rest of the night. Holy crap. I don't know how I did that. I went to talk and swallow at the same time. It does not work. So anybody that's trying to be fancy with water drinking, don't.
Hashtag don't talk and swallow.
No, oh my God. So was it Andy A that helped Tim?
He helped, he added a page and he did some gray toning and he helped
Yep.
do a kind
Nice.
of a redesign of the original cover.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good though.
Yep. It was Andy A. Good old Andy.
Right? Is that the Andy that comes in once in a while?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
That dude is a talented dude. He doesn't just draw, he inks, he does all kinds of stuff. He makes his own buttons.
Yeah.
He can make action figures.
Does he have like a website and stuff?
I don't think he does.
Okay.
But you can find him on like Facebook or Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be coming up with his own book sooner or later. Toy Box Tales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know his last name?
I just know him. I just call him Andy.
I don't know it either.
He just pops in, has some colorful language, is really funny.
That sounds like him.
Tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was on Twitter looking to see if we could find him because we're always looking for.
Yeah, that's another one of the things he was talking about doing was doing a kaiju book.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool.
So yeah.
But anyways,
I typed in Andy A and I don't get Andy.
no, I don't get Andy A.
Hold on.
Andy, if you're watching this, Chris needs your contact info. Andy A.
Hold on. I can hook you up.
Oh, this poor guy. If he watches this stream, you say she is tapped. I'm just really tired. It's been a very long day today.
There you go.
I'm
In
up
the-
at 6 a.m.
In the private chat, there you guys go.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Thanks, Tim.
Gracias.
That's awesome. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. I have seen that before. I think I have friend listed him, but I will make sure I do. Thank you, sir. Doing a cat kaiju. So, anyways, Cherry shared a story with me. I'm going to read that probably tomorrow or this weekend.
Yes, he did.
You what?
He did he not?
Hmm?
And doodly.
I got to follow him. It's pretty good.
He's very good.
Mm-hmm. Is that the same guy? I don't know. I get so confused on Twitter, to be honest with you.
So many people. Yeah.
It's just the way it's set up and stuff. For the longest time, I couldn't understand, like, where'd my tweet go? Am I tweeting? What is going on? Like, why is it so crazy?
Bizarre.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. So crazy. And Dillard is another good artist, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he can do it all. That's so crazy. He can.
Yeah, he's another good one.
I mean that Buckler Canadian Tussle book. You know, I'm a big fan. Ren and Stimpy was a big deal growing up.
Mm-hmm.
To see that, like, damn, that is just exactly like the Ren and Stimpy artwork.
There's some, the thing is like there are so many amazing artists that I've just seen in this small little sort of network of people that I've been exposed to. But even beyond that, I mean, there are some fantastically talented people. And I love to see their work, not only art, but I love to read. And I just think it's such a cool thing that so many people have so much talent. And I don't like when people make fun of other people bring people down. That's just not my thing.
It's stupid. After it's that's another thing. Is like, but most of those people, the people that do that, they spend their time doing that, are people who have no interest in. They don't have any talent. They're not good at anything. A lot of times, they just show up just to derail any conversation.
Yeah,
You know,
and
like
that's
there's
not-
literally a person, a little certain person. I cannot stand this person because this person is such an idiot. But he comes on. He goes on like a certain channel, and it's constantly something's gay, or this is stupid, or why would you go on a show that you find boring and complain about that you're not entertained by anything? If you're not entertained by something, please.
because they find it funny and they are bored and they're just mean people, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like, are you on there because that's the only thing you have to look forward to?
Maybe,
It's just sad.
like some people are really addicted to, causing trouble. They like the adrenaline rush of getting people going.
It seems like a waste. It seems like such a waste. They could be doing something or getting practicing doing.
Yeah,
something.
they're obviously very highly creative people. They just have their creativity in the wrong arena, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It's like, but I don't know.
I personally think that if you have a YouTube show and you're a comic book creator, stop letting people on that don't have a book or aren't creating anything. Because those people aren't really on there to like what you like. They're there to cause trouble or whatever.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
No, I know. And true. And I think too is I'm learning my craft of writing. The things I've learned in my courses is, deciding which your audience is.
Not that guy, Eric. That guy's actually kind of funny sometimes. It's a letter plus something that's supposed to be a misspelling of currency.
Okay, that makes no sense to me, but that's okay. You guys probably can figure it out. Chris, are you sleeping?
No, I'm right here.
You're not talking.
I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting. I'm watching the clock too.
Oh my good Lord.
Why?
I don't like when you're nervous, honey.
I'm not nervous. I'm anxious.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't like
There is
when
a difference.
Yep, there is. You want to explain it to the world?
Well, why is he anxious and nervous?
Anxious because I'm dying to hear what the guy has to say. Not nervous because I'm dying to hear what this guy has to say. She thinks I'm nervous about it.
Well, obviously you're something.
I'm anxious. I'm excited.
I bet you though. I bet you they're going to say this is an interesting idea, but what you're asking for in the campaign is too high.
Oh, and I'm gonna laugh. Of course it is. Like that's the funny thing. I don't think people understand the.
It's a joke.
Well, it's not a joke. I'd love to make it, but it's a flex goal. It's not a problem. It's not like I've staked my comic book series on this. No, it's you know what I mean? It's like it's a flex goal. Like why not take advantage of it? Nobody else has done that. So I figured, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, Eric, that's kind of like what trolls are meant to do. It's some kind of like weird thing where that's their thing is to kind of get people upset. I don't know how that would work in the real world, but I guess on here it's
easy. It's easy. You can be so powerful with your fingers and and your words that you sling at another person because you're not face to face with them. So the chances of you getting punched in the head is little.
Yeah, that's exactly why they do it. They do it because no one can. You can't like track them down and beat the crap out of them.
That's like a well-known fact, like online bullies and stuff like that. You like with the kids and whatever. It's like, oh yeah, we can sling all that crap we want because I'm powerful and I can come back. It's so juvenile to me. It's so juvenile.
You know what's funny though is like people like Testify or like maybe like Ship. It turns out in reality they have so many health problems.
Well, yeah. They're mean. They're not healthy. They're not healthy people. So how many healthy people are going to be doing that? Healthy-minded people. Not many, I don't think.
Yeah. So
Well,
it
that's
kind
the thing. Like, there's always something when someone is, unless they're professional and making money doing it. When people are online that much, there's usually something. Like if it's not health, it's mental health. If it's not that, there's something going on that's really effed up, and they're turned online because
Mhm.
they're not getting fulfilled offline. So if they're miserable offline, it's going to reflect online. Like, God love Testify, but I thought he must have been one of the most miserable individuals. And I kind of always felt bad for him, even when we were kind of feuding with him.
Yeah.
It was kind of like,
well,
I
then
would,
you find out like during his last days, you kind of find out why he's
Right.
why you find out like the curtain was pulled back, and you kind of realize, oh, this dude was practically pretty much he could have possibly died at any moment. In fact, he did.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so it's like, oh wow, kind
And
of.
and it's funny because you talk about Testify, and like I really I really liked the guy for a lot of different reasons. I thought he was very talented. Like I thought he could really host a stream. I didn't like when he got nasty. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I didn't like when he started tearing people apart and
Well, he
Yeah.
didn't really know where the line was,
Right.
and or where he defined the line as being was too much for me, at least.
right.
And he kept pushing buttons, not necessarily just. He didn't look at Chris and go, "Chris, I'm going to mess with you." It was things he was doing out there, and I'd hear about it, and I'm like, "You said what to that chick? You did what to this dude? Why?" Like sometimes you hear things, and it's so appalling. It's like, oh my god, that guy is crazy. I just don't know what to say about that.
I
Right.
I kind
need
of
to
think
get up
deep
and
down, like some of these people are angry, and it's easy to go online and just target somebody, or else they just think it's funny and because they're just hateful people.
Right.
I'll be right back. I got to go grab a soda and take a pee.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Hey,
Pretty
what
much-
happened to Terry? Terry's gone.
Oh
He might-
yeah, Eric James Hayes. I heard about that. Wow, that's a sad story.
Really, I don't know. I don't think I know James Hayes.
Oh yeah, the CG guy.
Yeah, he would always like share links, and I guess he was a pretty big supporter. And
Mhm.
I guess he's dying or something.
No, he
He passed away.
He died?
Yes,
Oh.
he passed away.
No, that's sad. My heart goes out to his family.
Yeah, um, it's really sad.
Last time I heard about him, I heard that he was giving stuff away because he was dying.
When did he die? Do we
Well,
know?
I think Chris said yesterday.
Oh, I don't know. Did he say yesterday? I know Eric
I
said
think he
James Hayes. I was just looking it up.
Yeah.
He was a real person, completely opposite. He was very helpful.
I briefly remember him. I remember there was I think he was one of those people that always say hi to me on, was it Vic's channel?
Yeah. Well, it's true. Like we don't really know each other. I mean, we might sit and chit chat and whatever, but you don't really know anyone. I mean, even the
Well,
people.
I mean, you know of people, and I mean,
Yeah.
you do kind of get to know people, but you've never met.
Hi, Terry. I'm glad that you're still there. So, no, I think that, the internet, it provides a wonderful opportunity for us to meet one another that we otherwise wouldn't meet. Like you guys
Right.
live far away. We have similar interests and whatnot,
Networking is easier.
networking. But it can also be a very poison and toxic place to be, too, because people just air everything out and they just say whatever they want. I remember way back when, gosh, many, many years ago when I first began my online/internet career, but you know what I mean? And I would run into people that were just absolutely disgusting. And then I ran into people that were very lovely, and they were, nice to converse with. I met people from all over the country, and I enjoyed that. I don't have the time to do that as much these days, but I do like being in like chat rooms. I haven't gone in a chat room for years because we do live streaming now. It's all different. But At any rate, oh, so Eric said that he passed away a few days ago. He was saddened by the loss. Yeah, he was nice to you. He was also pretty funny. Like I don't recall the name at
It's
all.
It's sad when people because you don't because there are people that probably that we don't know of that probably really cared about that guy, and now they're
Yeah, of course. I'm sure he had
they're mourning.
family and friends. Yeah. Family and friends that knew him
Well,
in his
No,
real
he was also he seemed to touch a lot of people. A lot of creators were really sensitive about his passing and really upset about it. And justifiably so. Online, that's where society is headed.
right.
Most friends are online now. It's like people don't tend to go out anymore. They go online,
Yep.
unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
True.
it's it's weird when our social experience relies on the toys we buy to get online.
But I've never it yes, I agree. And you can have some great conversations and all of that. But to me, face to face is always the best. That's just me.
Well, eventually, one of these days, it'd be great to be able to go and meet the people that I'm good friends with online,
Right. Right.
face to face. Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's just, I would prefer face to face, but sometimes you just can't get that.
We understand that. We got together online.
Yeah, we did. Oh,
We
my
preferred
word,
face to face.
Uh-huh. Yep, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
She couldn't keep her hands off me. She met me and she was like, "I loves you."
No, that's not it.
She did the olive oil thing to me. She went, "A man."
I did not.
Did she have long string beanie arms that would go like a wave or something?
Yeah, I
Did
couldn't
you have-
get out of the way to hug.
Did you have a rival called Pluto?
God.
No. But I
No.
was my own worst rival.
Yeah,
'Cause
he is.
Yeah.
He is. He's just, he's just goofy.
Yeah, but it's
That's all
okay.
we
I like
can
being
say.
goofy.
I know.
Do you get superpowers when you eat spinach, Chris?
I used to think so. And my mom was pretty broke, so it was rare to get spinach.
Do you fight to the finish when you eat your spinach?
Yeah,
No.
well, it's good stuff.
As long as
Spinach
it's
is
not.
beautiful.
You know what? I tried this when I was down south. Collard greens.
Yeah. Did you like them?
It's gross. It was so gross.
They're very. It's a very like bitter, if I recall. Isn't it bitter? Like a bitter kind
mushy,
Yeah.
and it just not. I guess I'm too white for that.
of. I don't think I care for them either, to be honest with you. I know.
But I tried some. Now green beans are usually okay, but our neighbors they own this food truck, and we'd always get sometimes they'd hook us up with some food, or we'd go over to where they had there was a food park where you could run your business out of.
Right.
And so I'd go there and I'd get the green beans because with the way they cooked it and they added with like spices and whatnot. So good.
Right.
What you typing, Chris?
That's not me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If I use my laptop to type, everybody and their mother can hear. And I have to I have a keyboard and a desktop. I mean, not a desktop, a monitor. So I use that for most of my writing because I love my laptop for the purpose of it being, portable and whatnot. But when you're sitting here for hours on end composing and I like the whole.
Oh, Eric says TMI, LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah. But ever since then, I've been like, I can't go back to just canned green beans. I was like, no, it just ain't the same.
Canned green beans are great, though.
No, the canned green beans are bland.
No, I don't like canned green. I'm more about. I like fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. Chris prefers the canned stuff, right, Chris?
Well, aluminum is the natural
Here we go. Get
protection
ready,
that
guys.
God granted us for food.
There we go.
So
Yep.
when they put them in those tin cans, it's a blessing. It
I
helps
must have
extend
missed.
the life.
I must have missed that part of the Bible. What part of the Bible is that in?
That was apocrypha.
Yeah. Nice try there, buddy. Nice try.
I'm trying. Yeah, that was written like in the 1970s. Aluminum is good for your food.
Thus saith the Lord.
So Eric
Yeah.
says that fresh spinach cooked in bacon grease is good. I love fresh spinach. I eat it all the time, but I don't know if I can
Consider me interested. How's that
bacon grease.
bacon grease?
How do you do that?
It sounds
I
like a
don't-
worthy thing to try. Everything's
What
better
about-
with bacon grease.
Yeah,
What
but you
about-
don't eat spinach, do you?
Me?
Yeah, you don't
I haven't.
like spinach.
I haven't since I was a child.
No, I know. Chris. I tried it when I was 4. I'll never try it again. It was disgusting.
No,
Ask
I'm
Chris-
telling you, my mom used to buy it like once every month, and I used to think I was Popeye. I would gobble that stuff. I don't even remember what it tasted like.
It's
I was
delicious.
just like,
What if-
yes.
What if you grew up and you were exposed to a lot of casseroles? I can't stand casserole dishes these days.
I'm not sure I know what casserole is.
A casserole. Yes, you do. Oh, God.
Is that like where you roll a cassa?
Stop it?
I don't get it. I don't get it. A casserole?
Obviously not.
Is that an actor playing a role? A cassa?
Oh, God.
Help me.
Why are you dying
can
on
do this
stage
all
with this bad humor? This stuff
There's-
you're trying to pass off as humor.
Yeah, well, you know,
Yeah.
there's a reason I'm not a comic.
But yet you're a comic creator.
Yeah, it's a strange little ironic name thing, isn't it? Because a lot of creators aren't funny, at least not live. It's funny because we expect creators to be entertainers, and yet most of us are a little awkward. Yeah,
I agree. I agree with Eric. That wasn't even cross comics bad. That was just
yeah, it was just bad. I didn't miss. No, Rick is Tuesday nights, right?
Yeah.
I missed that
Yes.
one, but I was thinking he's not on tonight, is he? Hello, Mighty Geek.
Well,
Hey,
now
Terry.
what were you saying about tin cans being what?
Oh, it's the natural protection of foods in the 21st century.
And it gives you extra aluminum for your vitamins.
That's right. You get
Oh,
extra
geez.
minerals.
you see what I'm
Yes.
gonna have to deal with here.
Chris, what type of fruit do you like?
Do you know how hard they had to work to grow aluminum cans?
Chris, what kind of fruit do you like?
Well, I like fruit cocktail.
Yeah.
I like Starburst. That's my favorite thing to do. Grab Starburst, and somebody will say, "What are you snacking on?" Ah, fruit. I love strawberries.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he doesn't do fruit. He'll do green grapes. I think. Is it green or red?
Green grape. Yeah, she always confuses and gets the red, which
I
never
like
eat.
the red. So I buy red grapes. And I'm like, honey, look, I bought us some grapes. He's like, I don't like red grapes. So then I buy the green grapes the next week. Honey, look, I got some green grapes for you. He doesn't touch them. So I end up eating them because
Well, I forget about them. You
Yeah,
put them
how-
like somewhere
I put
deep
them
in
on
the
top
bowels
shelf
of
in
the fridge.
No, he just
In the
is not his.
bowels of the fridge.
He's so
Down
funny.
in that bottom drawer, away from
No,
everything.
I do not. I
Were you
wash
just
them and
sure
put them
there's
in
something like
cold,
moldy behind there, and you're
pure
like, I'm not
No,
opening that
no,
drawer.
because I don't do that. I wash them and put them in a bowl so I can grab some for like when I'm doing lunch, my lunch and
My
stuff.
mother used to say that, and you know what I'd find when I opened that bottom drawer in the back of the fridge? It was always like a potato with 17 eyes growing out of it, you know?
No.
So I love mushrooms. Who else loves mushrooms?
I love mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
Mushrooms, right? Mushrooms. I made this delicious dinner the other night.
My
Mushroom,
favorite
little
mushroom is a fire mushroom.
onions, little
It gives you
cabbage thrown
fireballs.
in. Oh my god, it was so good. Green peppers and some
Have you ever had a
sauteed
fire mushroom,
chicken.
Diana?
So listen. So Chris won't eat mushrooms. Why won't Chris eat mushrooms?
Because he's not a fun guy.
Of course not.
No, there's a logical reason.
I'm gonna remember that.
For some reason, he probably only views mushrooms as an addictive drug.
Nope.
Nope.
Not even
Nope.
close, you guys.
You're not
Why
going
don't
to
you
tell me.
share,
are
you
you?
big baby? Why don't you share why you don't eat mushrooms?
Oh, you're going to make me tell him.
Yeah, you
So,
tell
Of
him.
course.
I was about 9 years old. And
Nine.
Creature
Nine.
Double,
He was 9, guys.
or
9
so.
years
I might have been 7 or 8. But Creature Double Feature was on in Boston, channel 38 or 56. I think it was 38. And one of the features was about a group of scientists who had found Uncharted Island.
Oh, I
And
think I know what you mean. I think
they made a.
Oh, I
they made
think I know the movie you're talking about.
and they started eating mushrooms, and they were turning into mushroom people and eating each other. And ever since then, I have absolutely flat out refused to eat
He
mushrooms.
won't even try them. He won't even try them.
No,
Nope. I have him in the fridge. He's like, oh my
I'm
god,
not
they're
becoming
gonna
a
eat us.
mushroom monster, man. No.
And I eat them all the time. Oh my! So if I do like
Most kids refuse to eat mushrooms after seeing that.
yeah,
Yes,
but he's
yes.
not a child anymore, gentlemen. He is
But
not.
it's so comfortable not eating mushrooms.
Oh, they're so
My life
good.
has been so enriched by that
Yeah, so if
fear.
I want to do like, okay, like I love like on the grill, if I do like a steak or a burger, I love like doing mushrooms, green peppers, and onions, right? It's a favorite of mine.
Okay.
And I'll put them in tin foil and put them on the grill. So I'll say, honey, do you want anything for your burger? Like I'm going to, yeah, but not those mushrooms. So I have to do a separate packet for him, just with onions and just with green peppers that he does not eat, by the way. He only uses them for flavor. Then he scrapes them. He's so funny. So he's just very funny.
You're just
about it.
picking on me at this point. My culinary expertise is far beyond your.
What was your first
crude
dinner that you made
methods.
for me?
My
That
what?
sounds good, Eric. The portobello mushrooms soaked in butter and garlic.
Yeah,
Oh,
that sounds
they're so
really good.
Oh my god, they do.
Yes.
There's just one problem. He won't eat mushrooms.
Yep. But my wife will love it.
Yeah, I love mushrooms. I love all kinds of vegetables and all kinds of stuff like
I'm
that.
the guy who goes to a seafood store and a seafood restaurant, and I pick out the cheeseburger, which is surely going to be the frozen piece of meat.
Yeah.
That's been in there for 4 months waiting for some sucker like me to come in and want a cheeseburger.
Yep. And I love seafood. So if we go to a seafood restaurant, because that's what I want to do, he'll sit there and he'll ask if they have French fries. He'll get French fries and a Coke, and I get like my meal with my wine, and he'll eat his. And then we'll go to Subway to get him a grinder because he's starving. Yes, that has happened before in our thing. But you're better now, Chris. You are better.
I'm a little better.
A little better. You are. So I felt bad.
I don't know what Tim was sharing, but I put it up, and I don't know if he's going to play it or not.
Oh, what was he sharing?
Look.
I heard you went insane. I heard your broccolis.
Oh my god.
Well, that was fun.
That was funny. That was good.
Tim, you're muted if you're trying to talk, just so you know.
As soon as you started to talk about like a mushroom, that movie, I just thought of that scene. I heard your broccolis.
Oh yeah.
It's
I've never
so
even
hard.
seen the movie, but it wouldn't faze me in the
I'll
least.
find it for you. No, you will not eat mushrooms after that movie.
No, I'd be okay. Trust me.
No, they had like these pretty Chinese girls or Japanese girls.
It was I think it was a Japanese movie.
And they were
It was
like
a Japanese movie.
Yeah, they
I
were
was
like
gonna
half
say,
turned,
It
and they were
sounds
like,
it.
"Come to me, my love," but it was like bad English dub, and they had like weird mushroom-like stuff on their skin, and they're like, "Come to me, my beloved."
All
And
these years, you've never once made me watch it.
honey, I don't want to watch it again.
Then Godzilla shows up and roasts them all, and they're roasted mushrooms.
Yes.
The end.
The only cure for mushrooms that I've ever had has come from Mario Brothers. So
What is the name of it?
I
Mushroom-
gotta
the
look it
mushroom
up again.
people?
I've forgotten it. It might be,
Is it
but
called The Fantastic Fungi? No.
I
No.
doubt it.
I doubt it.
I'll find it. It was something like stupid. It was an English dubbed movie, you know.
Oh my
They
gosh.
took a Japanese movie and
They ruined it with an English dub.
yeah.
Chris was traumatized.
Oh,
I don't know. Why don't you
Oh.
eat shrimp?
I know. Here it is. It's called Matango.
What is it called?
Matango.
Yeah, Matango or Matango. He's right.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. Yeah. That's the nasty. Yep. That's
They're
why I
brutal.
don't eat mushrooms.
They're
Right
That's
there.
the movie that that's the movie that turned Chris off of mushrooms.
Yep,
Yeah, it was.
turned you off of shrimp. He won't eat shrimp either.
Well, shrimp eat the poop on the floor of the ocean.
Oh,
Picky.
he read what a shrimp actually was.
Yeah, I know.
Someone told him what a shrimp actually did.
Yeah, he's done. He's
That
like,
will turn most people off of shrimp.
oh, stop already. You just take off the black lining thing and you're fine. Give it a rinse and they're good. They're
What
coming.
are you talking about?
Eric,
You're not
Eric
fine.
is saying they're coming for you, Chris. Chris is going to have a nightmare.
No, I won't have a nightmare. They're coming for me.
They're coming for me. Oh, dear.
You don't have mushroom for error.
Yeah. Yes, Eric.
See,
that's
look at.
what?
They're scared, and there's these black like fungus mushroom things coming after them.
Okay, and
Okay.
And look, Japanese Gilligan and Skipper back here. They were suffering.
Hey, good buddy, it's Godzilla. Run.
I know you don't
No,
get
the
it, but
thing-
it was very terrifying.
I'm so sorry.
No, you have to understand one thing about Godzilla.
Mm.
Godzilla's never a bad guy. He's
No, of
always
course
saving humanity from itself.
Yep, there you go. Just like those mushroom people.
All right, Diana. Now you're giving me nightmares. My wife's gonna come to bed with a can of mushrooms.
No.
She knows I'll be at ease if they're in aluminum.
It's to contain the evil.
They're containing evil.
Look, Chris, a can of corn.
Look, Chris.
Psych, they're mushrooms.
Oh my god.
As a little known trivia fact, I love canned corn.
Yes,
not the
he
cream,
does.
not the cream garbage.
No,
But just
if
the
I
fruit.
give him cream, oh my good lord! One time I tried to serve cream. He looked at. He's like, "What happened to my
Cream corn is disgusting.
Cream corn.
It is.
I wouldn't even touch it. I was like, that is disgusting, my love.
How about fresh garlic? He
Oh
was
my gosh,
livid
do you
on
remember that?
Oh my
Fresh
god.
garlic, if you cook it and put it in something.
So listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I cook this garlic, right? Garlic cloves, I chop them up all the time. I cook them up with a little olive oil or whatever.
Sounds
I
delicious.
did it one time with pasta, right? I was making I think I was making pasta, and he put it in his mouth. I thought he was gonna vomit.
I thought it was an onion. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Like, honey, it's fresh. It's what? It's what? Oh God, we've had some funny moments.
I think my favorite was the first birthday that she threw for me, the first birthday party. She
Mhm.
knows how much I love Twinkies.
He
So
loves
I
Twinkies.
come in and she made a homemade cake, then that's a whole nother story.
From
But
scratch,
the Twinkies,
from scratch, homemade,
Yeah.
not a box, because they said Chris likes yellow homemade cake. I'm like, okay, I got it. I got this. So I literally made a homemade cake, flour, the whole 9 yards, whipped it up, and I brought him some Twinkies.
the only problem is now, gentlemen, tell me if you can understand this. There were 4 holes in the top of the Twinkies. These were counterfeit because a real Twinkie has 3 holes, and
I agree,
clearly
yes.
these were
Yes.
Yes.
these were
I
clearly
didn't know.
fakes.
All I saw there were Twinkies. So if you could have seen his
They were
face,
probably
I had no idea. I'd know the difference. I'm like, mm-mm.
oh my god, it was so bad. I just like it was the epic. It was the first birthday party I think I threw his husband
It was an
and wife.
epic fail. My
The
family was
family
laughing
was
at her.
there, his mother and sister, and oh my god, everybody was
Because
there.
my family said to her, homemade yellow cake, but they meant homemade as in,
Like a
Betty
box
Crocker
next
out
to
of a box.
Yeah, they
So
call that
Diana
homemade.
found
I'm
this
like,
recipe and it made this extremely heavy cake. It wasn't
It was a
fluffy.
very
It was
dense
thick.
cake. It was a homemade cake. That's what
It
they
was
were.
thick. Oh.
It was a big sheet cake too. I made a double batch. Like, oh, we got a bunch of people coming over.
Was it a load of sheet?
And it was delicious. Nobody else
Yeah,
ate
it was fine. It
That's
was
it.
just not what you'd expect out of a cake.
Oh my God.
And it was
With
funny.
chocolate frosting. And then I had the Twinkies and I wrapped them up, but he opened them up and he's like, these are not Twinkies. This is Twinkies on the box. All right. Nope, they're counterfeit. I'm like,
They were
what?
twinkles. They weren't
They were
Twinkies.
Twinkles. In my haste, I
Were
thought
they little Debbie snack?
Yeah, they
cakes?
were a Little Debbie ripoff.
oh,
Well,
my
little
God.
Debbie is technically a rip-off of Hostess anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But
So
4 holes is one too many for this man. I said, nope.
He is like very specific on some of the things he likes, but I've learned. I've never done that again. Never made him another cake.
In fact, my life has been much lesser since Hostess got like restructured and now they have wicked small portions.
Yeah.
Do you know you have to eat like 4 Twinkies to make what used to be 1?
I don't even like Twinkies. They're not my thing. So.
That's good because then I get them all.
I know. You know.
I can eat Twinkies all darn day.
Eric doesn't
Oh.
like corn either, by the way. So he's with you on that one, Chris.
There was only
Yeah.
one little Debbie snack cake I liked, and that was the Nutty Buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, those weren't bad. None
Mine
of
was,
Little Debbie's is that bad. It's just Hostess had the power.
No,
Hostess was
I
the mostest.
was a devil dog girl. I like devil dog.
Yes.
Explains everything.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Drake?
Drake devil dogs, yeah. I don't think I could eat one now, but
You know what? I would laugh if she did, Eric, but you don't understand her hostess. So she's
could never
gifted
do
by
that.
God as a hostess,
I could
and
never
she
do that.
would
Eric.
refuse to serve someone a poor dinner.
Yep, no,
And
not
like
happening.
she's funny, like she'll come home
Oh my God.
and she'll
he
say,
makes
"What do you
me
want for
crazy.
dinner?" I'm like, nothing. No, that wasn't really a question. It was more like,
That's
what do you
rhetorical.
want for dinner? You're getting something for dinner, Chris.
I'm not
No,
hungry.
no.
But you have to eat. It's like, I can't help it. It's my mother. I blame my poor mother.
The funniest is when we're sitting there at 6:30 in the morning with our first coffee, and she says, "So what do you want for dinner tonight?" I'm like, I haven't even had breakfast or lunch. I have no idea.
Listen, guys, okay. I freeze all the meat. Like I buy hamburger, chicken, pork chop, whatever I'm got, and I'm like, well, I got to pull it out of the freezer in order for me to cook dinner.
Shrink
And
wrap
so
it.
he doesn't get that. So now dinner is like, what'd you have for dinner tonight? You had a turkey and cheese sandwich, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because guess what? You didn't want the pork chops I had defrosted, so you got nothing from me. Sorry, kitchen closed. I'm done. Now I don't even ask him. I just pull stuff out in the morning, and that's what he gets. And if he
That's
doesn't
how it
want
should
it,
be.
he's on
That's
his
how
own.
it should be. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. My mom, it's like a radio station. You never know what you're going to get. You know, you turn it on
Yeah.
and it says it's rock. You hope everything's rock, but then they'll throw in like a Bruce Springsteen song and you're like, oh no. I got to find the heavier station.
Please, please.
What? I'm pretty sure you're not familiar with 107.7 way back in the day.
I'm not sure what city.
Seattle.
No.
No, probably not.
So 107.7 used to there'd be anything that you never knew what you're gonna get. Like at first, few years, I heard them. You know, it was pretty much a wide open. Like it had to be alternative, of course. But then you'd hear like they'd play entire concerts at night, or that you'd get like they'd play rare stuff you couldn't hear anywhere else.
We did have a station here in Mass for a little while, a couple of years ago. I think they died out. And literally it was a mixture of every single genre. Like somebody just took a song list from iTunes and blended it. And for some reason, I can't remember the name. That's how popular they weren't.
Put it this way, 107.7 had a rare copy of, Courtney Love's band Hole.
Mm-hmm.
They had a song, Live Through This, but they had Kurt Cobain doing backing vocals.
Wow.
It's super rare. And actually, Courtney got so mad she drove to the station and forced her way into the studio. At least that's how the story went.
Are you talking about the time that Courtney Love threw a tantrum at the radio station?
Yeah, 107.7 the end, yeah.
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 I've heard that story.
awesome name for a DJ too at the time was DJ No Name. I remember those days.
Those were the days when things just happened
When
for no reason.
when MTV was still MTV
Yeah.
for a decade longer.
Yeah, they don't play any music now, do they?
No.
How did they get away with being called MTV?
Good question. Good question. When you figure it out, let the rest of us know.
Yeah.
What would that be now, you know?
They need to add an N before the M so it's not music television.
I haven't either.
Or they need to have like a show with mice on it so they can just call it Mice TV. Although Disney would sue them.
Probably so.
Too close to Mickey.
They need to change their logo to a big pile of dung.
Manure TV.
It stinks.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it would seem that I'm not alone in that sentiment.
I do miss the old MTV, though. There was a time when it was the hot spot for all genres. Well, not all, but you know, pop.
Majority of them, yeah.
And I think there was it was almost like there's anything and everything because there are bands that made videos that I didn't even know they made videos.
Yeah.
Like Black Flag actually made a video. They did a video for TV Party and Drink and Drive. Didn't even know they actually. You've obviously never seen the footage where they're being interviewed by a kid who's calling them to their face sellouts, and he's like, and then you have Henry just grabs the mic from him and says, "If we're sellouts, then why are we playing a crap hole like this?"
I think I did see it because I think you told me about it. Look it up, or you might have shared a link with me of it.
Yeah, I think I might have. I just thought that was like that kid felt like this, like Let me turn my camera. Where's my camera? Damn it. He probably felt like this small in an interview.
Well, that was good to turn on your camera and show us how small. Oh shoot! All right, let me check because it's almost 10:30. Let's see if our guy has said anything. Nothing yet. I'm not going to chase him because he was quite busy.
Well,
I got to be going anyway.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I'm like
me too.
falling asleep. Chris, did you want to reach out to them?
Did I what?
Did you want to reach out to them?
I will after we close down the stream.
Okay.
So,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close up for the night. This was quite a. We were supposed to do a short stream. It worked out to an hour and a half, but we're
Yeah, I
glad
know.
to be with you guys.
Well, I'm glad you guys popped in because otherwise it would have been short. It would have just been Chris and I.
Yeah.
Much interesting. It was nice to have Eric in the chat and obviously Terry and Tim joining us. But
And we'll
Terry,
just say we enjoyed having Rick too, even though he wasn't here because we love Rick. I just had to say that. Sorry.
I know you did.
Well,
I miss
Rick
my
is
buddy.
enjoying his singles thing.
Yeah, he's got that girl that we don't know about. All right, guys. God bless everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Maybe we should ask his mom about this girl.
Oh, she's gonna get mad at us, won't she? All right. Well,
It's
good night,
okay.
everybody.
All right. Good night, guys. God
Night,
bless.
everyone.
Good night.